In this video, you will learn how to play F sharp and G flat on your alto saxophone, and we're getting started right now. Well, hi there, welcome to LearnSaxophone.com's YouTube channel. My name is Gregor Hillman, your friendly saxophone teacher online, and in this video you will learn how to play F sharp and G flat on your alto saxophone. Now, the F sharp and the G flat actually use the same fingering, but to keep things simple in this video, I'm just gonna refer to the note as F sharp moving forward. But if you want to play G flat, just know that it's the same fingering, okay? So the F sharp can actually be played in 3 octaves on your alto saxophone. It's the low F sharp, the middle F sharp, and the high F sharp. And we're gonna start off with the basic fingering for the low, middle, and high F sharp. Then I'm also gonna show you alternate fingerings for these 3 notes, because those are really useful to know about, and some saxophones do not have especially the high F sharp key. So in that case you need to use an alternate fingering for that high F. So there's a lot of things to cover here now throughout this video, so we need to get started right away. And we're gonna start with the low F sharp fingering, and in order to finger that note you need to use 4 fingers. So it's going to be the B, A, G, and F sharp key. And in your left hand, that's the 3 main keys. And in your right hand, it's the middle of these 3 main keys, and that's the F sharp key. So 1, 2, 3, and then the F sharp key. And the low F sharp sounds like this. Play along, grab your saxophone. I'm going to do it one more time. So low F sharp. Here we go. Okay, so now that you know the basic fingering for low F sharp, notice that I'm keeping the fingering here because we're going to move up 1 octave, and the only thing you need to do is just simply add the octave key to that basic fingering. And the octave key, that's the thumb key here on the back of the saxophone. So octave key pushed in, and then 1, 2, 3, and the F sharp key here. That will give you F sharp in the 2nd octave, which sounds like this. Now, just a quick note. If you're having trouble playing the F sharp here in either octave, just make sure that you are not pushing down on any other side keys or palm keys by mistake. That's a common issue for saxophone beginners, and it happens to every saxophone beginner in the beginning. So no big deal, but just make sure that if you're not able to play the note, try to troubleshoot by looking how you actually are pressing down on the keys. Okay, so let's move on to the high F sharp. Now the high F sharp uses all the palm keys here for the basic fingerings along with the octave key. So octave key on the back, and then all 3 palm keys. You just fold your hand around the saxophone. You should keep your fingers towards the front of the saxophone and not spread out like this in some way. They should be folded around. So imagine that Lego hand just around the saxophone body, and now octave key in the back, and then just push down these 3 keys. To this fingering, you also need to add two keys in your right hand. And the first one is the upper side key here with the side of your hand. And the second one is going to be this key. This is the F sharp key. Now this F sharp key doesn't come with every alto saxophone. So if you do not have that F sharp key, just stick around because I'm going to show you an alternate fingering that you can use instead. But most saxophones these days have the side key and this F sharp key. So this is the fingering, and high F sharp sounds like this. So to recap this fingering and then moving into an alternate fingering for high F sharp, this basic fingering, octave key, all 3 side keys or palm keys here in your left hand, the upper side key in your right hand, and this F sharp key and it sounds like this. Okay, so from here, let's do an alternate fingering for high F sharp. Now, still with this F sharp key, you can do an alternate fingering that is really useful at times. So this fingering requires you to use the fork key. So an easy way to find this fingering is just by playing C in the second octave. So octave key on the back and then the C key pushed in. And instead of pushing down on the B key, you want to push down on the fork key up here. So the fork key along with this F sharp key. So this is the fingering. So octave key in the back, the C key in the front, and the fork key together with this F sharp key here. And you will get that same high F sharp. And it sounds like this. Okay, so now if you do not have this high F sharp key, you could do an alternate fingering, which I'm going to show you next. And that's just by not using that F sharp key because you don't have it. And then you press down the B flat key here on the side instead. So by doing this. So once again, octave key in the back, fork key and C key in the front, and then the B flat side key here. That will also give you that high F sharp. Okay, so finally, I'm also going to show you an alternate F sharp fingering that you can use for the middle F sharp and the low F sharp. And these fingerings can be used in certain situations. Really good to know about them as well. So this one starts off with a regular F. So it's going to be B, A, G, and F. And now there's another key here that opens a key on the back of the saxophone, this one right here. And you want the basic F fingering and then the this F sharp key that you have here as well. And that sounds like this. So alternating between the regular F sharp and this alternate F sharp fingering sounds like this. And one situation where this is really useful is if you are moving between the F and the F sharp, which would sound like this. It's really hard to do that if you're just switching between these notes like this. You get an extra ghost note in between. But with this alternate fingering, that problem is solved. So with the alternate fingering, I can switch between the F and the F sharp really easily and quick as well. And that sounds like this. So you can do drills between the F and the F sharp. Well, now you know everything you need to know about the F sharp notes. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a lot of fun to put this together. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you got any questions, post them below. We got other videos here as well. Remember to subscribe, and I will see you in another video here on the channel. But for now, practice the F sharp, have fun, and play on.